Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Fantasy Overtime. I'm the Analyst 32. Thank you for watching. As always, we are going over some sleepers for your guys' fantasy squads, going over who you didn't want to play last week, and also the guy that, my Oy Vey. Oy Vey. Anyway, let's get to the sleepers. So today we're going to start off with a guy that has really just been getting hot this past week. Now, normally I'm looking at, because I run my videos late, a week or two behind. However, this time I had to mention this guy and the guy next. Bismack Biyombo of Toronto. He's been playing center for him. He's only owned by about 26.9% of ESPN fantasy owners. He's a guy who's been on a high rebounding streak and could possibly win you that category if you're having some issues. Against Indiana, he had 13. Against Charlotte, he had 18. Against Miami, he had 15. He's been really high on that end. Plus, he has been giving some people some good blocks recently as well. His season averages are only 5.4 points per game, 8.4 rebounds, 1.4 blocks. He's shooting around 50%, and he's shooting about 66% from the foul line. In a lot of 2K leagues, Biyombo's kind of a joke. However, right now he's starting to get on a hot streak, especially with Valanciunas being out for Toronto. This is a guy that you need to pick up, especially if you're looking to replace Valanciunas' production, which could have been shaky for you initially as well. So definitely look at picking him up. Next, Jameer Nelson, Denver point guard. He's only owned by, at the point I looked at this, 15.3% of the league. People may have caught on at this point. He's been scoring in double figures recently. He's been giving it people anywhere between 3 to 6 rebounds, mostly closer to the 6 rebound mark. Also, his assist numbers have been above 5 more times than not recently. Also, a guy who's going to give you some three-pointers made. Overall, this is not a bad pickup right now because Emmanuel Mudiay for Denver is hurt, and we're not really sure when he's going to be coming back. So, pick him up, keep an eye on him. He's one of those guys that you'll want to rotate into that last spot of your fantasy team, just to see where he's at. If he's giving you good production for a few days, hold on to him. He's averaging right now for the season 7.8 points, 2.7 rebounds, only about 4.5 assists, and his field goal percentage hasn't been great, but he will, when he gets to the foul line, give you 84% free throws, and he's been making about 1 3-pointer a game, even though he hasn't been getting the time when Mudiay is on the floor. Pick him up until, or at least until Mudiay comes back healthy. Now, the guy you didn't want to play last week. So I looked through everybody, and Kevin Durant has come into form recently, which is really nice to see after his injury, but also really shitty if you had to play him. Right now, this last week, he averaged 27.2 points per game, 8.7 rebounds, 6.25 assists, almost 2 steals a game, and about 2.25 made threes per game as well. And his field goal percentage is sitting up there around 60%. And of course, his free throw percentage right now is kind of ridiculous. It's sitting about 96%. Yeah, I hope you don't have to play him. I hope I don't have to play him anytime soon, because he is starting to become, once again, the focal point of the offense for the Oklahoma City Thunder. And now, my favorite segment, and also my least favorite segment, Oy Vey. Isaiah Canaan, and I'm probably pronouncing his last name wrong somewhere in here, Philadelphia point guard. Last week was one of his worst weeks I've ever seen him play. 5.25 points per game, 3.25 assists, only about a rebound, and he was shooting an abysmal 20%. He only made a total of about 3 to 5 shots last week. It was disgusting. So owners of Isaiah Cannon, Oy Vey. Anyway, this has been Fantasy Overtime. Thank you for watching. This is episode 7 of this series, and we'll continue to do this, and hopefully I'll start catching up one of these days. But, you know, gotta love the Christmas holiday. So, keep an eye on it. If you want more videos like this, like my page, or like this video, subscribe to my page, The Analyst32. You can follow me on Twitter at The Analyst32 as well. And good luck in your next fantasy week.